Hey, what's up, guys? I made some progress, so it's time to check it out. So as you can see here, I got the bumper cover fitted. It's not it's not on for good. It definitely needs a lot more trimming. It needs a lot of finishing touches, a little polish here and there, but it's on there. It's clipped on. I drilled out the threads for the bolts that go there and just added clips so I can get those in and out a little faster than the bolts. So those are in up there on the top, and then on the sides, I definitely have the corners like screwed together. They're not actually they're not screwed together. Those are clips too. I'm kind of debating on whether or not it can be fastened with clips or metal screws, plastic clips or metal screws. It would definitely be faster if everything's plastic. I can just pop things out. The front splitter brackets are quick disconnect, so it'll be a lot easier if everything just pops out real quick. And I might need to take the bumper off every time I load the car into the trailer, so that might be really important. But as you can see, there's not a lot left of the bumper. I'm sure everyone was like, get to the part about how you hacked a brand new bumper up. Well, I mentioned this bumper is not going to survive intact with this oil cooler. And as you can see, it it did not. I was right. It it really isn't a whole bunch of bumper that got cut off. It's just the bottom, third. So it looks really dramatic. And of course, I'm going to do something about this. When the splitter bracket gets here, the brackets, I'm going to mount those. And then I already have a splitter made. It's raw, it's bare wood, and it's cut out for a coupe bumper. So it needs to be trimmed so it's like SCC legal. But that's not a big deal. You can see I've got the ASR tow hook on there. That's for a coupe also. But that's not a big deal since we already cut, you call it a third, a half of the bumper off. We're going to mount the splitter on the brackets, and then I have this lip that's for a sedan. So this lip is actually going to be mounted to the splitter. Don't worry about the trash. The lip's going to be mounted to the splitter, and then I'm going to make an air dam that goes between the splitter and, like, it'll basically bridge the gap between the bumper cover and the splitter, and it's going to use the little lip to kind of hide the edges of the air dam. And I'm going to, obviously the intercooler is going to be opened up so it can get lots of air, the radiator can get lots of air, but these little edges are going to be filled in right here, like with sheet metal. I'm thinking mild steel in case I need to tack little things here and there. I could do aluminum and just rivet everything together. That's what I've done in the past, and it looks kind of cool. So yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of moving fast and loose right now. Everything's just happening. I've got the AEM boost gauge. It's in the car. It's not fully wired in, and the sending unit's still in there. So that tells you something. I've got the wow, it's dark in there. The boost controller solenoid is in there. It's mounted. You can see the barbs. Obviously, it's not plumbed in. The vacuum lines aren't in. But I can do all those. I can do the boost gauge and that all at once. I still need to build a little heat shield right here because, it gets hot. It gets hot right here at the turbo, and then that's our oiling system. So we want to put a little barrier there. Obviously, you can see there I got the new turbo blanket. That should help. Minor thing, I put the hood back on. No big deal there. I've definitely been researching plans for a better breather setup. So a few things real quick. The turbo, the downpipe is going to be really close to the radiator fan. So what most people do is they move the radiator and it'll be like at an angle like this. So it can clear all the heat. The downpipe, the wastegate, and everything gets really hot. and this fan shroud is plastic. So we might need to space that. In that case, I'll have to get rid of the expansion tank and the reservoir, which I worked so hard to make that bracket that fits them right there. But what I was thinking was a all-in-one breather chamber, like a non-baffled breather chamber, and expansion tank all in one. So the hoses from the radiator and the hoses from the valve cover and the breather port will all just go back there. They don't make them for this car, they make them for the EK Civic, and they're designed to fit right there, but it's just a big cube basically. So I think without that breather catch can, I guess is what it's called. I've been calling it a breather box. Without that catch can there, there's a lot of space. It's just it's like the most spacious part of the engine compartment left. So the other option would be relocate the fuse box and put a Speed Factory Racing all-in-one unit right there. It's designed for this car. It fits really well. Speed Factory, so it's really high quality, like best stuff on the market. So that's an idea. I don't really want to relocate the fuse box right now, and it's like $400 for that thing. So I don't really have the money for it. So yeah, still waiting on the downpipe. Really no downpipe options there. The last few things I need to do are, I got my fuel pump hanger back in the mail, so I need to reassemble that and put the fittings on it and the pump, and then rerun the fuel lines under the car because they're just laying around. I got the positive wire. It's super dark back there. Oh, you can see it a little bit. Got the positive wire for the battery cable run through the firewall, and it's hooked up to the starter, but it just sort of ends in the passenger seat. You can see it here. There's still, as usual, lots of wiring left to do in here. There's gauges, there's the panel for the ECU lid. A lot of stuff still yet to do inside the car, but it's really starting to wrap up quick. As you can see, like, it's starting to look like a car. I mean, it's not starting to. It has been looking like a car, but it's really starting to look finished. And then, yeah, there's one other thing. I was making this really rough, like, switch panel. It's sort of wavy because it's recycled metal. It's something that I had made a heat shield back in the day when the car was naturally aspirated. It went on the passenger side for the warm air intake. So it's stainless steel. I can't really weld it. So I bent it up into a shape that it just sort of clips onto the dashboard. I'm pretty proud of myself. It's kind of cool. It looks a little janky, but once the kill switch is in there, and then there's going to be a couple more switches for like the fuel pump and the scavenge pump, and we'll see what else goes on there. So it should look pretty race car-y, and you won't really see the wavy metal. But yeah, just making progress. Trying to plan the downpipe fab and the dyno session. So, I mean, dyno session is like the last thing I have to do. So I can see the end of the road, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, all that good stuff, so thanks for the support, everybody. And I mean, not to jump ahead of myself, there's still a lot of work to do. But yeah, just thanks for the support, everybody. Throw a like, ask any questions, comments, and share if you'd like. I'd appreciate any and all of that. All right, take it easy, you guys. Thanks. Bye.